everyone, to the Trust the Plan podcast. I'm Nick.
And I'm Preston.
This is the Plymouth Planner, Preston. We're getting the branding down, right?
Yeah.
So
all the P's.
Preston, welcome. Good to have you here today.
Yeah,
I want to ask you, today we went out to lunch, which we do once a month, right?
Yeah.
And I wanted to ask you a follow-up question to our conversation. So first, let me say, we've got on the screen here, this is an oldie but a goodie from 2019 with our friends, the Hillards. We were in a meeting and they said, we're doing No Spend September. And I was like, what the heck is that? So I was like, so interested. I'm like, can you guys come back in and we'll do a podcast episode? So go back and check out episode 64. It's audio only in any of your podcast apps. So what we're going to talk about today is that similar topic, okay? And I don't think you knew about this from episode 64, did you?
I did. Actually,
You
that's kind of where the inspiration came from.
Okay.
Because, yeah, I've gone back and listened to past years.
All right, so let's bring your fans up to speed here. What is No Spend September, or today's April 22nd? What is No Spend April?
Yeah, so the goal is, you literally for the entire month only spend money on necessities. The food necessities, the utilities, gas, the actual necessities. But when you go out and buy food, you don't buy 3 packs of Oreos for the month.
Shouldn't be buying any Oreos, dude.
Right.
They are delicious, though. Okay?
Yeah.
I love them. But I will not eat them
Yeah.
because it can be bad. How do you eat an Oreo?
It's been a while since I've had one, but
All right, so never
probably
mind.
peel it apart. That's how I would think.
Gotta have the milk, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So that seems pretty extreme, right? No Oreos. That's hard. So why did you want to do it now?
Well, really the reason I did it is because my wife wanted to do it. Natasha and I expense track each month. On the first of the month, we go through and say, hey, what did we spend? Did we stay within our budget? And, usually we're right there within our budget and it's what we expected. But we've talked about this concept before about the No Spend September. And, for whatever reason, when we expense tracked at the beginning of April, she was like, I'm going to do No Spend April. And at the time, honestly, I didn't say I was going to join her. But here we are on April 22nd, and I've been doing it too.
It's kind of like in Pulp Fiction when Samuel L. Jackson, in the beginning scene when he's got the burger, he's like, my wife's a vegetarian, which pretty much makes me a vegetarian. But so then he steals the burger.
Yeah.
So, okay, so you made no conscious effort, but it just has happened.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, and yeah.
Why do you think she wanted to do it right now?
I'm not sure because at least
did you guys have a rough March or what?
No, not really. Well, we bought a dog in March, so yeah,
Maybe
that was an
why.
expense. Yeah, maybe that is why.
So what have you learned in these 22 days?
I've learned it is much easier to cut back than I thought it would have been. I try to keep expenses low for the most part in my personal life, and just without making the conscious effort, I kind of thought, expenses are pretty low. I'm not sure how much lower they could go, but in 22 days, I've eliminated a big expense, which was just miscellaneous, spending that didn't need to actually happen.
It's crazy because, I feel like every time I walk out of the house, like, I don't know, like $100 is gone. Like, where did that 100 go? It's just, everything is, so expensive now. And so you learned that it wasn't that difficult to cut back as long as you're laser focused.
Right. Exactly.
So your motivation level must be really high, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And now you've been 22 days in, so you have like 1 week left. Are you kind of like sensing, oh, I can't wait for this to be over? Like if you're on a diet, like, oh, when the diet's over, then I'm going to go straight for my Oreos. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I understand the question. But no, I don't really get that sense. But the one thing that I've been thinking about is golf season's around the corner, and golf is definitely not part of No Spend April. So that's an expense that'll be added here soon. But other than that, no, I don't feel that urge to go out and splurge at all.
Have you golfed yet this year?
No, I haven't. I'm a little bit weary, I'll say, because I haven't golfed since I broke my leg in August. So I'm wondering how the swing and leg will hold up.
I'm sure it'll be fine. Couldn't be any worse than me. All right, so what are you going to do with all the money that you saved? Last question. Like, how are you going to get ahead? How are you going to use this to get ahead?
Yeah, I mean, right now it's just piling up in the bank, but odds are we'll probably move that to our brokerage account. You know, I talked about this a couple weeks ago, maybe a couple months ago at this point, when we did the Gee 2024 financial plan. But one of the goals is relatively soon to buy a new house. And then the house we're currently living in will be a full rental. So that's kind of the idea with the brokerage account. So I'd say the plan is the bank money will just get us a little bit closer to that.
Excellent. Yeah, I got to use it to reach your goals. And by the way, that was an excellent episode, the Gee financial plan. We posted it. I retweeted it, and it got a comment from a hater, right?
Yeah.
So it was something like, I said, this guy is doing all the right things for a 24-year-old, you know? And so someone said, how could you miss out on the Bitcoin boom? So you want to clear the record here? Clear the air?
Yeah. Yeah. So in the plan, I talked about, you know, I'm saving to my 401k, I'm saving here. This is the plan. And I do have a Bitcoin ETF in my 401k. So I am part of the boom.
There it is.
It's just a small allocation, but I'm part of the Bitcoin boom.
Yeah, I'm glad you didn't miss out on that. You know? Okay, well, Preston, thank you for sharing No Spend April. Hopefully, Natasha will approve of every answer you gave. We don't want to get you in trouble here. Yeah. And so check out episode 64 to listen to the Hillards. And I'm not sure which episode this is, but this will be up shortly here on the podcast as well as the video. We always recommend watching on YouTube, subscribing, hit the bell. And if you have a portfolio of over 500,000 and you're looking for a second opinion, check out peakwm.com. Thank you.